There is something deeply comforting about books that have traveled with you across memories, cities, and sometimes even continents. And today's video is about some such books that have traveled all the way from India to UK with me. And this book haul from India was as much about cost and convenience as it was about stories that found me in India, authors that I felt connected to, and personal recommendations from friends and family. So let's roll. So the first book that I want to talk about is Cultish by Amanda Montell. Now this is an influencer favorite. I've read about it in a lot of posts and reels. This book essentially talks about cult language and how it seeps into our everyday conversations and communications, from wellness to startups to social media, and how these words shape our beliefs and identity. What I hope to gain from this as a reader is a better understanding of how language shapes our behavior and thereby be able to be a polished communicator in future. The second book that I want to talk about is The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. She's my favorite Indian author. One of her books that I read for the first time was The Palace of Illusions, and I absolutely fell in love with it. That book is a retelling of the story of Draupadi, and this book, in fact, is also a retelling of a story of a queen, Rani Jindin of the Sikh Empire, and it's the story of her fight for legacy, for dignity, and I hope I love this book as much as I love The Palace of Illusion. The next book that I purchased in India is Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She's an amazing writer. I've read a couple of other pieces of hers, and this book is particularly about migration, race, identity, love. And I think I'll be able to relate to a lot of themes in this book because I'm a migrant myself right now living in UK and looking forward to reading this one. And hopefully I'll create a detailed book review video soon once I've read this one. The next book I purchased is a literary classic, a Booker Prize winner, A God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. This book is about fraternal love, about family secrets, about forbidden desires, and how sometimes childhood innocence collides with societal scriptures. A lot of beautiful themes that are written in this book, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Then the next set of books actually forms a part of series, and as you'll notice, I've already read the series entirely. This is the Sati series by Koral Das Gupta. It comprises 5 books: Ahalya, Draupadi, Kunti, Mandodari, and Tara. And as you'll notice, I've read all these books already. You can see the annotation tabs. I've highlighted the books already. I've made notes, underlined, and then done this and that. And I absolutely loved this series. It's essentially retelling of the epic stories of these 5 women from a women's perspective, from a feminine perspective, because all the stories that were told to us up until now had a paternalistic point of view or a tone to it. Now, this essentially brings the feminine desire, power, strength, identity to the fore. So, I really love these books, but if I have to really choose which ones were my favorite, Ahalya, I would give number one. Mandodari, I would give number two. Tara, number three. And Draupadi and Kunti were all right, not so great, but I would still recommend reading the whole series to any new reader. A lot of these purchases is as much about the stage of life that I'm in, because at this stage I want to read a lot about identity, race, migration, love, loss, homesickness, longing. And so the pics speak for themselves. Let me know if some of these books resonated with you. If you've read one of these books recently, do share your reviews in the comments and wait for my next video where I'll talk about my book haul from UK. And don't forget to follow and subscribe.